Okay. I have no idea how to use Facebook. So instead of creating a note, here's my video response to what you asked about the books. In no particular order, but topping anybody's list should of course be Cosmos by Carl Sagan. Can you hear me when I put the book in front of my face? Cosmos by Carl Sagan, of course, a encyclopedic inquiry into all types of human endeavor. Secondly, Iliad by Homer. Of course, in Western literature, a poem which has had an influence which is impossible to measure and is beyond compare. Turning now to Eastern literature. Of course, the Tale of Genji. Written by a woman in 11th century Heian, Japan. One of the oldest recorded novels, and also a novel which incorporates a number of poems, thousands of poems, in fact, into the fabric of its prose. Probably the most incomparably, painfully beautiful thing I have ever read in my short life. Keeping with novels, modern American literature, The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. The Grapes of Wrath grow heavy for the vintage. Keeping with American literature, The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn. This is titled incorrectly. It's actually The Adventure Singular of Huckleberry Finn. You know what they say about not buying a book if it's missing its cover? Most likely stolen. In fact, I believe I did pay money for this. Although if it was stolen, it wouldn't surprise me. Another novel, this time not American, of course, Steppenwolf by Hermann Hesse. I have to thank Mr. Chapman for turning me on to that book. It's actually something that was very influential in the way I think about myself and my personality, or lack thereof. About the illusion of the constancy of personality. It's very, very interesting, and of course all of his works have sort of a spiritual, philosophical bent. Very, very good author. The Republic of Plato. This is not The Republic of Plato. I just realized that I don't have a copy. But his dialogues will suffice for the purposes of video. The Republic of Plato. Next. Of course, a very influential book of recent history. Winner of the Pulitzer Prize, as you can see. Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. One of the most influential books on history I have read. Keeping with the theme of history, of course, the French Revolution is a subject which I find very, very interesting. Next up, Citizens, or in its original French, Citoyens, by Simon Schama. Great book. The best book on the French Revolution. Alright, switching gears a little bit. Orchestration by Cecil Forsyth. One of the greatest treatises on the subject of orchestration that I have read. I also have Principles of Orchestration by Rimsky-Korsakov. I think that has a lot of good material that this one does not, but I feel that this is more comprehensive. So I chose that one to represent the study of orchestration. Back to history. No list is complete without a good history of the world. The one that I find that is particularly all-inclusive is, of course, History of the World by J.M. Roberts, published by Penguin, and that woman there is an allegory of America. You see her feather headdress, bow and arrow, and her succulent breasts bare, and she's being carried aloft. Okay. Another work of poetry. Walt Whitman, my favorite poet. Leaves of Grass. There he is. There he is. When I was a child, I used to visit his gravesite in Camden, New Jersey. Always been a very large influence on me. Number 13. We're getting there. C.G. Jung. Selected writings, because I don't have a particular work in mind of his that stands out as being more influential than others. Selected writings, C.G. Jung. George Grove, Beethoven and his 9 symphonies. There's the maestro himself. It is both a biography and a musical analysis of his greatest achievements, the 9 immortal symphonies. And lastly, I don't know if this is a book, but it has 2 covers and is filled with paper and writing. The score to Madama Butterfly by Giacomo Puccini. And it is, more than any treatise on orchestration, it is a work which has been very, very influential in developing my ideas about what it means to write for an orchestra. So there you have it. 15. I hope that answers your question. And yeah, hit me back. Hit me back.